Dozens killed in severe Southeast Asia floods. Deputy Prime Minister asks for vigilance against COVID-19 relapse. Ho Chi Minh City receives first train for Metro Line number 1. Vietnam comes second in commitment to reducing inequality in Southeast Asia. Ho Chi Minh City hosts month-long Áo Dài Festival. Hello, welcome to FBNC News with latest updates from Vietnam. It's Yến Trần. Dozens of people are known to have died in Vietnam and Cambodia after heavy rain caused mass flooding. Among them are many rescuers and 17 construction workers who were working on a hydropower dam project in Vietnam when a landslide hit. Vietnam has been deluged by heavy rain since early October. Officials in some provinces said more than 130,000 houses were damaged. Thousands of people in western Cambodia have been displaced. Local media reported that 25,000 homes and 84,000 hectares of crops were damaged in Cambodia. At the moment, many areas in Quang province are still strongly affected by the flood. A lot of them are isolated. In recent days, many local authorities have made a big effort to help the people stabilize in this difficult time.
In recent days, local authorities in all areas of Quang province have used all ways to mobilize human and transportation resources to go to difficult isolated places to support food, clean waters and medicines to the people who are suffering from the flood. The local residents warmly welcome the support and show their big respect to the helping effort.
Đến nay thì đã có hơn 2.000 thùng mì tôm và nước uống, các cái nhu yếu phẩm khác chúng tôi đã chuyển về cho các địa bàn và một số nơi đã tận tay của bà con. Trước cái tình hình diễn biến phức tạp của thời tiết như thế, lũ đợt 3 sẽ lên lại trên sông Thạch Hãn và ảnh hưởng nặng hơn của hai cái trận lũ trước. Sáng nay từ 4 giờ 30 sáng chúng tôi đã chỉ đạo cho tất cả các xã triển khai ngay các cái phương án và đảm bảo các cái phương án 4 tại chỗ, không để người dân đói rét.
Chúng tôi cũng lưu chú tâm tới các cái lực lượng những người yếu thế như là người già, rồi có sinh viên cô đơn để mà hỗ trợ lương thực thực phẩm như là những cái gì mà bà con cần trong lúc mưa lũ. Ngoài ra chúng tôi cũng phối hợp với các đơn vị vận động các nguồn lực xã hội hóa để hỗ trợ cho bà con cần thiết những lương thực thực phẩm, nhu yếu phẩm cần thiết trong lúc này.
In a document directing the strengthening of pandemic prevention and control efforts, the Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam noted that the number of COVID-19 cases around the world has yet to decline, while the risk of a relapse in the winter months is high in a place with poor prevention measures. Prime Minister stressed that ministries and localities must remain vigilant in preventing the spread of COVID-19 and maintain achievements already made.
Though largely brought under control in Vietnam, another outbreak could well happen if activities to prevent its spread are not sufficiently strong, Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam said. He underlined the need for localities, ministries and sectors to strictly follow directions on pandemic prevention and control. Foreigners entering the country must complete health declarations and be quarantined and undergo post-quarantine health supervision in line with regulations. He asked the Ministry of Health to quickly complete a health management system for people entering the country from abroad, while requesting local administrations at all levels to direct local healthcare sectors to maintain a close watch on health conditions. It is necessary to ensure that all healthcare facilities and nursing homes apply pandemic prevention measures. Those failing to follow regulations must be shut down. The Deputy Prime Minister also asked the Ministry of Health to coordinate with other ministries and sectors to update guidelines on pandemic prevention and control for schools, accommodation facilities, public transport service providers, factories and offices. Meanwhile, it is crucial to complete the COVID-19 tracker map and keep it regularly updated.
The Management Authority for Urban Railways of Ho Chi Minh City held a ceremony on October 13 to receive the first train for the city's Metro Line number 1, Bến Thành Suối Tiên. The train will be tested at Long Bình Depot in District 9 until the first quarter of next year before being moved to Bình Thái in the third quarter and to Tân Cảng in the fourth quarter of the year. It will then be put into trial operation together with all other systems of the Metro Line, such as powers, signal, and track systems.
The 3-carriage train, one of the 17s for the urban railway, arrived in the city's Kanhoi port on October 8 from Kosado Port in Japan. The blue train is 61.5 meters in length, 3 meters wide, and 4 meters high, with a maximum speed of 110 kilometers per hour, and seats also are blue. It can carry some 930 passengers, with 783 standing. Constructions of the city's first metro line between Bến Thành Market in District 1 and the Suối Tiên Theme Park in District 9 is expected to be completed within the next few months, with services to be underway by the end of next year. It will have 14 stations, 3 of them underground. There will be 17 trains with 3 carriages, each that will run at a maximum speed of 110 kilometers per hour above ground and 80 kilometers per hour below ground. The $2.05 billion line is the first of at least 6 to be built in the cities.
The Asia-Europe meeting, or ASEM, high-level dialogue on promoting women's economic empowerment amid the COVID-19 pandemic opened on October 12 in the form of video conference, bringing together nearly 130 delegates from 41 ASEM member countries and 7 international and regional organizations. The 2-day dialogue focused on discussing the impacts of COVID-19 on women's economic activities, thus proposing measures to strengthen Asia-Europe cooperation to improve women's economic power in current economic recovery efforts and promoting gender equality and women's economic empowerment. Recently, in the report of the government to the National Assembly on the implementation of the resolutions of National Assembly in the area of planning and investment, although this is the lowest growth rate in the past 10 years, there are still signs of recovery and the economy has been quickly back on track with new normal conditions.
In the context that the international community is still struggling with the COVID-19 pandemic, most of the countries, including Vietnam's major trading partners, are experiencing negative economic growth or officially entered a state of economic recession. Vietnam's economic growth rate in the first 9 months of 2020 still achieved a positive rate of 2.12%, of which the first quarter increased by 3.6%, the second quarter increased by 0.39%, and the third quarter increased by 2.62%. Vietnam's labor productivity growth rate in the 2011-2019 period was higher than that of other 6 ASEAN countries. In terms of purchasing power parity, Vietnam's labor productivity in the period of 2011 and 2019 increased on average 4.87% a year, higher than the average of Singapore 1.37%, Malaysia 2%, Thailand 3%, Indonesia 3.59%, Philippines 4.3%, and Brunei down 0.32%. As a result, Vietnam has narrowed a relative gap with ASEAN countries with higher levels of development.
According to Vietnamese Industry of Industry and Trade, in order to meet the needs of manufacturing development by 2030, Vietnam has to import a big amount of coal, gas, and other raw natural energy resources. At the moment, Vietnam is transferring from an export to an import country of raw materials, energy, and natural resources. And the needs is bigger each year. Especially after 2022, Vietnam has to import resources for creating electricity. It is expected that in 2030, the amount of raw materials, energy, and natural resources Vietnam has to import could be up to 10 million tons. Vietnam ranks second in Southeast Asia on its commitment to reducing inequality, according to an index based on policies and other actions.
The 2020 Commitment to Reducing Inequality (CRI) Index measures government policies and actions in 3 areas proven to be directly related to the problem: public services, health, education and social protections, taxations, and worker rights. Vietnam was ranked 77th among 158 governments included in the ranking, and second among the associations of Southeast Asian nations. This is the 3rd edition of the CRI Index compiled by Oxfam, a confederation of 20 independent charitable organizations focusing on the alleviation of global poverty, and the Development Finance International, an international business development advisory firm providing a strategy through executions approach.
The Áo Dài Festival has become an annual cultural event and a typical cultural tourism product of Ho Chi Minh City. This event has always been expected. Because of that, the opening event of the festival especially attracted people to participate in many exciting activities.
With the country's second COVID-19 outbreak wave deemed contained, the annual Áo Dài Festival was held in Ho Chi Minh City starting Sunday. To go on until November 20th, it will feature a series of events including a video contest to introduce the beauty of the Áo Dài, talk shows, conferences, and music concerts. The festival will also showcase more than 300 models of Áo Dài created by famous designers such as Liên Hương, Võ Việt Trung, Đỗ Trịnh Hoài Nam, and Ngô Nhật Huy. The Áo Dài has long been an icon of Vietnamese culture, praised for its delicate design and for highlighting the graceful beauty of Vietnamese women.
Chiếc áo dài Việt Nam rất là đẹp, nó vừa kín đáo, vừa thướt tha, vừa gợi cảm nữa.
Khi ứng dụng vào thực tế của nam thì nam hoặc nữ đều mặc được chiếc áo dài, không phải riêng là áo dài là cho phụ nữ.
Áo dài lễ hội thành phố thì thực sự đó là luồng cảm hứng cho tất cả dân Việt Nam. Chúng ta thấy ta áo dài ở đâu thì thấy Việt Nam ở đó.
Áo dài của người phụ nữ Việt Nam nó là quốc phục của người phụ nữ Việt Nam ta. Nó mang một cái tính chất rất là nhân văn của đất Việt, không những trong đất Việt mà nó còn mang ra cả thế giới.
Chúng tôi mong muốn truyền tải đến những cảm xúc, những cái giá trị văn hóa tiêu biểu về một cái trang phục của dân tộc gắn liền với giá trị văn hóa và định hướng để áo dài trở thành một cái di sản của thế giới.
Regardless of the era, the Áo Dài will always be a symbol, a beauty in the culture of Vietnamese people, a physical cultural heritage that needs to be preserved and promoted strongly. For many people, Vietnamese women in Áo Dài are still the most beautiful, graceful, and attractive.
And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.